ladies and gentlemen, my name's Paul, and in this RedGamingTech.com video, we're going to be taking a look at this. The Xbox Series X, its release date. And I have to say, this has been one of the more interesting console lead-ups that I think I've ever witnessed. There's been a ton of backwards and forwards exactly what the capabilities of these machines will be. And now Microsoft, of course, have finally given us the opportunity to test out the Xbox Series X by, well, releasing the damn thing. Just so you know, I've purchased this system with my own cash. And this video is going to focus on an unboxing, my initial impressions of the device, turning it on, that type of thing. And then, of course, subsequent testing will follow. And we'll also be comparing this against the PlayStation 5, which I am waiting as well to be delivered. Again, I have purchased the PS5 with my own money. It's worth noting, if you're not familiar with the channel, typically I am more of a PC gamer. With that said, I am incredibly excited as to what these systems will offer. If you are a PC gamer and you're on more of a budget at the moment, the Xbox Series X is quite honestly extremely exciting, putting out an awful lot of performance for only 450 Great British Pounds or around 499 US dollars or your regional equivalent. And honestly, with titles like The Medium, which will launch very early next year, and of course, already games such as Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it looks like the Xbox Series X is going to be quite the powerhouse. There'll be a lot more comparisons against the PS5 upcoming, as you would expect. With this video though, I want to focus on just what it's like to get the machine, unbox it, and show you the experience that you can expect when you first power on the machine. With that said, well, it's still in a box, and that doesn't seem right to me, so let's resolve that. So, here we are then. This is obviously a retail package Xbox Series X, and the packaging is pretty nice. We'll of course compare how big the system is, as you would expect, against the Xbox One X in just a moment. And there's the usual buzzwords that Microsoft have been pushing heavily for this generation. The fastest, most powerful Xbox ever is emblazoned upon the um, box. Redefined speed with the Xbox Velocity architecture and unlimited access to hundreds of games. They're pushing Game Pass. Basically, it's just the normal buzzwords, nothing super exciting, and a whole bunch more here on the side. Hopefully the camera is auto-focusing. It looks like it is. Right, now we actually have the console itself, as well as the accessory box outside. We've got a little quick start manual there. Not a whole lot, honestly, in terms of excitement. It's just telling you how to pair the controller. It's handy if just kind of want to get into the system, but nothing too exciting. We're going to set the Xbox Series X back there, and we'll start with the accessory box. Just making sure how to open it. This is a specific way. Good. Alright, so we can open it like that. So this is the controller. We'll look at that in a moment. One power cable, which is the standard, very standard power connector. HDMI, of course, this is for variable refresh rate, up to 120 frames a second, all that jazz. So get a nice HDMI cable. And that's it really, as well as as well as a warranty, which is not exactly anything exciting. So of course the star of the show is the Xbox Series X joypad. Let's set that down for 1 second. And you also get 2 batteries as well, which is great. So let's put them all on the desk. So this, of course, is the Xbox One X controller. This, being really obvious, it's the PlayStation 4 controller. That is the Xbox One controller. Actually, the Project Scorpio edition. So at least that makes it easier to tell them apart. You can see that the two joypads look essentially identical in terms of button placement. The D-pad on this is really nice. I'm gonna just, yeah. It kind of feels more tactile. On the Xbox One X controller, it feels more clunky, or cranky as it's turning. On this, it just feels smoother. And this D-pad is absolutely beautiful. Of course, Microsoft have learnt a lot from their Elite series of pads. This is ever so slightly more resistance at default on the sticks, but you know, looks absolutely gorgeous. And at the rear, pretty much what you would expect. Of course, Microsoft have changed the USB connector, which is good, but again, nothing, um, nothing unusual. It's basically the same old. I will say though, this does feel nicer. Maybe it's just the L and R buttons at the top feel are basically identical. Feels like there's a tiny bit more, a little bit less resistance on the Xbox One X controller. So yeah, I think that's really nice. Face buttons, face buttons feel about the same. However, I do really like the fact that they've colorized them on these. Yeah, I have to bear in mind that this controller is ever so slightly, it's kind of worn in. To be really honest with you, it's a bit worn in now. But at least in my opinion, it's definitely a subtle upgrade. You won't really notice the difference if you were kind of, just hold them in your hand, especially if you hadn't used this controller in a while. But I think I do prefer the feeling of this controller. All right, now let's face it. We know what the console looks like, but we still want to see it. Slide that there. Power your dreams. I've no idea why I made that voice. I apologise profusely. Okay, try not to damage the packaging. So it's quite sticky tape, which makes it a little trickier. Cool. Okay, so it's about the width of my hand. Doesn't really pick it up so well on camera, but you can see basically there's kind of like green accents when you look at it from the side. It looks kind of cool. Ah, there you go. I've got it now. Kind of cool. Uh, Obviously, this is the rear of the machine. I'm just gonna what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to throw this unceremoniously to the floor, stand it up like that. Like that is exactly level. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can see that on camera. They are exactly level. The only difference is, probably but um, yeah, this is like the width difference. So the two banks are against one another. So it's considerably, less, I guess, long, but obviously it's way thicker. So I don't think it's as bad as the memes. I don't. I think it's absolutely okay. I'm just going to put the Xbox back here, just because I'm going to spin it slowly around so we can see the console. Let's have a look at the ports. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So, two USB, Ethernet, a random ambulance going past, which is very unhelpful. Hopefully you can't hear that. We have storage expansion, single HDMI. Obviously there is no external HDMI on this one, and the power. And that's it. On the side, there is a grand total of nothing. We're going to ignore that side just for a second. My fingerprints are now on the console. I'm sure that's going to trigger people. And then we also have, of course, have the Xbox logo. You can, of course, stand the console up, but again, that's up to you. And then we're going to do just for a moment so we can see this side of the console. But again, at the bottom left there, you can see a single USB port. And obviously you've got the various pairing, power, and disk eject buttons. I think that's it for the actual machine itself. Let's actually turn it on, see what the first experience is like. Okay, so we are into the initial setup screen. Ease of access plus blah. I want to be in English. Sure, United States English is fine. It's going to be asking me for my internet's connection, which could be interesting. We are going to choose wired connection. All good. We are good. I live in the United Kingdom. It's time to update. Start update. Okay, this is going to take a few minutes. Well, third time's the charm. Next. Next, you'll need to sign in with a Microsoft account. Okay, guys, this bit you're going to be going dark on. If we ever get the login screen. Wow, there's a lot of stuff we have to do. Ah, there we go. I think I'm almost in. Lock it down, no barriers. People can sign in. You'll need to authorize buying things and changing accounts using the Microsoft account, no barriers. Well, it's only for me anyway. Use instant sign in. Okay, let's just use instant sign in. because it's only me that's using the system. Yep, that's right. Yeah. Energy saving or instant on. Let's use instant on for now. I might switch it. Keep your games and apps up to date. Yes. Find the best settings for your TV. Okay. Keep display at 4K. Alright. I am using a capture device for this, just so you're aware. So hopefully it looks good. Alright, so what we got? We've got Gears Tactics, we've got various games, Assassin's Creed, which is actually incoming. Hopefully I get that soon. We've got Shadow of War, which I was actually playing. Alright, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. So nothing super exciting there, exactly what you'd expect. TV options. Again, I'm using, at the moment, a capture device for this, so I don't want to screw around with these too much. But we can, of course, have HDR video modes, HDR10. This capture device does use high dynamic, can accept high dynamic range. Again, I'm going to be showing off the capture device more in a different video, but for now, that's fine. Account, we don't really need to touch that. System, console information. Well, there you go. That's my console information. Storage, obviously I've just installed, so that's the amount of space that I've got left, which again makes sense. Updates, we've just done that, so I won't do that again. Disc, Blu-ray, so we can change things if we want. Preferences, idle, break reminder, capture and share, and then finally ease of access, which is really cool, of course, for people who need that, which I don't, so I'm going to leave it as is. So I think the best option now is to throw in a game. And I do happen to have Watch Dogs here. So I do have Watch Dogs Legion. So we'll throw that in and install the game. Alright, it's grinding away. Okay, hold to open and installing. Obviously this will take a while, so we'll skip back soon. Wait, actually, before we do, upgrading gives you the best version of Watch Dogs Legion. The size of the upgrade is around 37.2 gigabytes. Connection times charges. So basically, of course, this is because I'm running the Xbox Series X. So let's update that as well. So it's going to download the whole thing. So basically, the disc is pretty much a frisbee, essentially. But we'll leave that to do its thing. Right, let's start out with Assassin's Creed, shall we? I'll show just a few minutes of this, and then we'll show a few minutes of Watch Dogs. Well, this game looks pretty cool. I won't be going into exactly far into the game, because I don't want to show any spoilers. There will be a separate video the next day or so where I do actually upload Assassin's Creed gameplay and more gameplay of the Xbox. I'm recording at much lower quality today, simply because, well, honestly, I've just focused on the unboxing. This is just a tiny little bit of gameplay, so you can see how well it does, but there is a lot of a compression here because I am recording at much lower quality than the 4K videos which I will be putting up soon. But you can see, though, it still looks very impressive. At least I think so. Oh, that didn't look pleasant. I have to say, though, I'm actually really looking forward to playing this game. So I've bought 2 titles for the Xbox. I've bought this, and I also bought Watch Dogs, and I also, of course, have access to titles on Xbox Game Pass and other games that I've bought on the Series X. Sorry, it's One X. So I'll play, some of those in backwards compatibility mode, and also be showing you how this compares against PC builds as well. So there'll be some PC builds on the channel. I've already got a couple of graphics cards like the RTX 3070 that we're going to be using, and I think some of this stuff is just going to be cool from the perspective of just, it's going to be interesting to see what amount of cash you have to spend on a PC to get an equivalent Xbox, and I'm interested to see how it's going to push gaming forward. That is the new consoles. I think the new consoles are going to be very cool. And again, I'm not going to be playing consoles exclusively. I'm really looking forward to PC gaming. And I've got my PlayStation 5 on pre-order. And for the PS5, so far, I've ordered Spider-Man and Demon's Souls. And I think both of those games are going to be really cool. The only sad thing I have right now is that the Medium was delayed. I do understand, though, that they probably needed a little bit of extra time working on it. Plus, also, to be honest, competing against Cyberpunk, well, yeah. Just yeah. But, alright. Let's just play this little tiny bit, and then I'm going to throw in the Legion of Watchdogs. Oh, man. So cool. So one of the things that I've played this console for a few minutes, like here and there. I've played a little bit of Watch Dogs, a little bit of just messing around, basically, to be honest with you. And what this really kind of reminds me of, honestly, is just playing on a PC with a different GUI. Oh god, that is not good. I was paying absolutely no attention if I'm supposed to go this way or not, so I'm going to say wow, okay. Oh, jeez! Louise! Buster is lighting up their lives. Haha! You get it? She's hitting them with a torch. Oh my god. She didn't axe him twice. Oh dear, that was terrible. Damn. You know what? That animation, I can't think what it reminds me of. Wow, okay. Sigurd is actually really cool. I like Sigurd. Sigurd is actually really cool. I like Sigurd. It makes me happy. It was the spinning that helped. Okay, these guys are getting their asses kicked, so it's got to be said.
Now it's my turn to offer you to the slave. Accept your fate. Die a coward here before your people. I will spare the rest.
Fight, my love. Do not listen.
If I give my life, will you spare my clan? You have my word.
No. No, Baron. No, Aaron. Pick up your axe.
Well, he wasn't really a man of his word, which is not exactly surprising. I don't think any of us really expected Benton to keep his word. Oop. Accidentally pressed the back button there. Ow. But I think that's a good place to call Assassin's Creed. As I said, I don't want to give away spoilers yet. for an unboxing video. I will, however, quickly put in Watch Dogs Legion for you. Yeah, it won't do that because I am running it on disc. I know that I don't, I don't have to run buy disc games anymore, but I know it does make certain things a little trickier. But for me personally, I kind of like disc games, so there we go, right? Right, let's see how Watch Dogs Legion does us. I basically got past the initial, I guess, kind of introduction mission, just so that we've got a little bit of free roaming available to us, and hopefully that will do us well. Okay. Do. Maybe later. Cool. Right. Yep. Continue. The loading times, as I've mentioned before, just really do remind me of PC gaming, with like an NVMe drive. I suspect that as games become more optimized for console, it will get better and even faster. But yeah, so we are, as I said, playing Watch Dogs Legion. I've chosen a character which actually has a pew pew pew, i.e. a gun, because for those who don't know, this game you can essentially play as different characters. Anyway, I think this game looks pretty darn nice. I think it looks very pretty. I think it looks very pretty aesthetically. And I think this is probably one of the better looking games that's been released so far. The only negative I'll say, and this again is not from a... well, I wanted that bike, but the person ran away. For some reason, it's almost like they didn't want me to steal their bike. It's kind of weird, that. Stop! 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 Stop, 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 stop. Can I get in? Out! Yeah! Okay. Ah, I just realised there's like no one in half of these cars. Is there anyone in this one? Oh, okay. Interesting. That's kind of fun. Look, son.
Suspect reported in your area, potentially armed and hostile.
Well, you suck.
Control.
Alright, let's get in a taxi. That seems like... Wow! That boss was really not ready for that. Alright, well, anyway, we'll play for just a few minutes, and then, stop screwing around as much. Oh gosh. I'm not in the most manoeuvrable of vehicles. It doesn't help much that I'm not exactly going to be blending in, since they've just basically smashed the rear of the car. It's... Alright, well, let's, let me help London. It looks a little cluttered at the side of the road. Oh my god, I'm thinking like US driving. I'm on the wrong side. That's not good. There we go. That's better. Right, as soon as we go through here, it should set off the checkpoint. Oh, no, I don't think I've actually caused enough destruction yet to get in the way of the cops. Let's see if I can actually get some cops on me. Maybe if I mow a few people over, I'll take the Grand Theft Auto approach. Just trying to get... Actually, you know what? Let's have a look at the ray tracing since we're here. Oh, wow. That's really cool. It's definitely not as good as the PC implementation, but then again, there is a slight difference in the price of a console versus a PC graphics card. But we'll discuss that more maybe in a separate video. There is just so much going on at the moment. I figure we can just kind of go through things at a time. Do we have any other weapons? No, okay, I didn't think so. Now, I keep pressing the wrong button to run. I can't remember what the wrong button is now. Sweet. Alright. You know what? I think we've got a pretty good understanding though of how the game does look on the Series X. Again, I will be uploading a lot more native content, not too distant future. Ow, let me just, yeah. Oh, wow, you suck, sir. Yeah, give me that bike. Give me that. Give me it. Well, to call it a bike is a strong statement. More like, Oh! Wow, you are not nice at all. You tried to, like, you know, make me crash. Yeah, to call this a bike is it's more like a step of a pedal bike. Although I will say it's pretty maneuverable. Okay. The maneuverability is pretty nice, if nothing else. And we can at least see the city real quick. Well, that looks really cool. They've put a lot of detail into... Ow! Oh! Oh, son of a bitch! Man! I was admiring the city there, and you run over, you bastard! Oh! Son of a... That was not nice. Yeah, that's what you get. I was just admiring the city. And then you shoot me. That's not very nice. Alright, well, anyway. Wow, they apparently just want to, like, run over everyone. Okay. I'm not sure who's worse. Me or the... Well, they're not actually police. They're, what are they? Like a security corporation or something like that. I can't really remember. But, anyway, I think you guys kind of get the idea. Yeah, I think you guys get the idea. And, it's a cool game, but, as I mentioned, I can't remember if I mentioned, unless... the fact that you've actually got not like a single character you play as does put me off just a little bit. But I still think it looks cool, and I'll definitely play through it at some point. I think, for me, Assassin's Creed is kind of like the bigger priority at the moment. Myself, anyway. But I am curious to see how this stacks up, especially because it does have ray tracing implementation. But I and Jing here bid you farewell. So thank you very much for watching the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. And I'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.